Oh, hi there, I didn't hear you come in. Welcome to the ctrl-alt-rees Christmas party with my good friends Rachel and Sam and my lovely wife Catherine. And you've arrived just in time for the presents.
It was Christmas Eve, babe, in the drunk tank. An old man said to me, won't see another one. And then he sang a song, the rare old mountain dew. I turned my face away and dreamed about you.
So earlier this year I stumbled across a piece of software called Microsoft Wine Guide. It's part of the Microsoft home range of reference titles from the mid-90s that included Microsoft Dogs, Microsoft Gardening, Microsoft Bookshelf, and perhaps most famously, Microsoft Encarta. Anyway, I thought this particular title would make for an excellent thing for a review, what with it covering my favourite subject and all, and that's what we initially set out to achieve when we all got together to host a traditional 90s Christmas, whenever that is, and record this video. On first firing it up, we're greeted by a jaunty little tune and the grinning mug of foremost British superstar wine expert of the 1990s, Oz Clarke. And this isn't the last you'll be seeing of him either.
Hi, I'm Oz Clarke. Welcome to the Microsoft Wine Guide. I want to show you the glittering showcase of wines the world contains today. And it's a world that's open to all of us. It's no longer necessary to be well-travelled or rich or well-connected to catch a glimpse of the glorious flavours wine is capable of. There's never been a better time to be a wine drinker.
Quite agreed, Oz. Now, as you might expect from a Microsoft multimedia title from the mid-90s, this is pretty comprehensive stuff, with an entire guided tasting for each style of wine, more on that later, and information on glasses, decanting, corkscrews, vine diseases, the various wine-producing regions, and a whole lot more, all accompanied by video and audio clips of the Ozman himself. But the section we're particularly interested in tonight is the wine selector, which can recommend the perfect wine pairing for a pretty wide selection of foods. In fact, there are over 6,000 wines in total. Yep, we went out and we bought the actual wines. But did we remember to actually review any of them and compare them to Oz's own notes? No, we did not, and I'm pretty sure I can hazard a guess as to why. Ahem. So, after starting the night with that 90s classic Asti, what else? Our first pairing was a Lewis Guntram Riesling.
I wonder if there's a Riesling.
Oh, a Riesling!
That would be nice.
I wonder if we've got one in the fridge. Why don't we have a look?
Let's have a look.
Let's have a look.
On the table.
Splendid! A fantastic 90s recommendation from Microsoft Wine Guide.
Excellent.
Let's see what it's like.
Described by the guide as medium-bodied, off-dry, fruit salad, quite sweet but clean finish. A perfect match then for our very 90s starter of prawn cocktail. Thanks, Oz.
The first thing you do when you're tasting wine is to look at it. Now hold the glass by the stem.
It was at this point that Rach discovered Chip's challenge.
I'm genuinely enjoying this. Don't know if I've ever enjoyed a game so much.
A keytar appeared, some cats were fed, and we started pondering the most suitable pairing for our traditional Christmas main course.
So Sam, have we got any good wines for a traditional Christmas dinner?
I think I've found the perfect wine.
The perfect wine!
And that wine was a Babich. That's Babich. Marlborough Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand. Very progressive for the 90s. Red pepper and passion fruit with gooseberry herbal flavours, dry with fine acidity and a lingering finish. So, after too many white wines, we decided it was high time we tasted a red, and allowed Oz Clarke to whisk us away on a magical tasting tour of Burgundy in France.
The Pinot Noir is at its most famous in Burgundy in France, and that's a cool wine area. Beautiful cherry smell and a plum smell, but something else as well.
Swirl it.
Which glass lower down?
Yeah. Swirl it. Move your whole...
Swirl it the other way.
Humbug, no that's too strong, 'cause it is my favorite holiday. But all this year's been a busy blur. Don't think I have the energy to add to my already bad brush. Just cause it's 'tis the season. The perfect gift for me would be completions and connections. Like from last year, ski shop encounter. Most interesting, had his number but never the time.
Most of 81 passed along those lines.
And what traditional Christmas meal is complete without a Christmas pudding? And yes, Oz had a recommendation for this one too. The Bertolli Noble One, a botrytised sweet wine from Australia. Deep bronzed gold with intense orange marmalade aromas and flavour, very rich, sweet with increasing complexity with age. And it was pretty much chaos by this point, so you'll forgive me for not getting a decent shot of the bottle yet again. But from what I remember, it was a nice dessert wine.
So thank you very much for joining us for the ctrl-alt-rees Christmas special. We've had a lot of fun putting this video together. I hope you've had a lot of fun watching it. Some fantastic recommendations from Microsoft Wine Guide from 1995. I hope you have a fantastic Christmas and New Year, and thank you all so much for your support for the channel. Sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, from the past couple of years. It's really, really appreciated. And hopefully I'll see you again in 2023. Cheers. Thank you for all of your support for the channel over the year. I hope you have a fantastic festive season.